Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Hello to those of you watching in the future. Welcome. I hope that you are well, that you're having a good day. Hello, David. What did I want to look at? I want to look at Jasmine here. Man, Jasmine. It's just right back down to its range. Okay. Don't mind me. Hello, Luis. Man, total two. Oh yeah, total two putting a lower low. I'm just getting caught up on some charts here. Hello everyone, UB and Plum. We're going to 48K. I see that as a possibility for sure. Solana's holding up strong. Right before I went live, Fear. Hello. Anything's possible, man. I see 48K Bitcoin. It's definitely possible. All right, so Fear says we're going to 48K. Right before I went live, I was just looking at this Bitcoin USDT chart without all the levels. And all I'm looking at right now on my YouTube channel is just the moving averages. And it's like, man, we've fallen through every key moving average. And now it looks like, today we got up to $59,000 early this morning, at least United States time. And we got rejected at those moving averages. I mean, just looking at, if you were to look at this chart that I'm looking at right now on YouTube and just looking at the moving averages, it's like, oh my goodness, what are we going to have to do to break through that? Now, I just made a video on TikTok talking about tomorrow we have CPI report. Last month, CPI report, according to their numbers, inflation was cooling off. We all know that's nonsense. But, according to their numbers, inflation was cooling off. And so that gave a nice pop to the market. The Fed meeting was the day after, and they killed all of that. No, it was the same day. But they killed all of that by talking about we're not doing 3 rate cuts in 2024. So the market had priced in 3. But this time around, we don't have the Fed meeting until July 31st. And July 31st, I don't know of any other hawkish communication that they could give. So it's one of those things. And then July is a very low volume, boring month. NASDAQ's ripping. Dow's looking like it's going to put in new all-time highs. The Russell 2000's flat. I want to see more of an uptick in the Russell 2000. So I'm not married to this idea that we have to go to 48K. I was just reading Fear's comment, but I'm very much open to the possibility that we're going to go to 48K because, have we officially lost the range that we were in for 18 weeks? If so, the top of that range is now resistance. It used to be support. Now the bottom of our old range is now resistance. It used to be support. Now it's resistance. So I'm not going to speak as confidently that we're going to 48K as Fear is. I acknowledge it is within the realm of possibility. Yeah. We lost that range. I mean, there's plenty of times that different investments have lost ranges. Look at Apple. Apple's been like this for the last month or so. Right before that, Apple's chart looked like Bitcoin. Gold, very similar. There have been plenty of times where an asset would do exactly what Bitcoin has done now. It looks like it's over, and then boom. All right, so I'm not as willing to say that we've for sure lost the range. Wyckoff accumulation. The spring moment is that moment where what's happened over the last week happens, and then boom. So is this a Wyckoff distribution? It's over for that range at least. I am more indecisive than you are, Fear, but maybe that's just me trying to breathe on some hopium or whatever. By the way, everyone, I'm live on YouTube, World War Bitcoin. I haven't gotten to say hello to everybody, so hello, Luis, Lavi, good afternoon. Creed and Bentley, hello. George, hello. Uwu, Barry, hello. Bull, hello to everyone on TikTok. RCD, any news? I haven't been able to look at RCD the last few days, so I've got nothing for you. I'm still holding on to RCD for sure. Me is the one who bought Bitcoin at 15K is just waiting for all-time high. I mean, I'll take your word for that. I have it on record, November 10th of 2022. I made a video saying that I was starting to buy. So that was within 24 hours of the bottom. I have my receipts. Do you have any Manta? I do not. No. A meme coin that's on Solana network I can get in this dip. HEEHEE. You know, Ponky's looking strong. Landwolf. As of right now, listen, if we have lost the range with Bitcoin, I want to stick more with conviction. There is such a thing with meme coins. With meme coins that I have conviction on. So Ponky and Landwolf are two of those. Brett's one of those. That is just like, I'm willing to ride it out. I'm willing to wait. I'm convinced that this thing's not going to zero. Ponky, Brett, Landwolf. I'm going to tell you guys something about HEHE later. I'll say it now, but I'll explain why later. I think yesterday was the bottom for HEHE, and I'm going to explain that. Later. Is the airdrop for RCD and HEHE holders still okay? When snapshot, have to move my HEHE. I think Aaron's just going to do that manually. So what about Flork? Yeah, Flork. Actually, yeah. I mean, the ones that I just gave you are like tier 1 high conviction. I'm still holding on to my Flork. I have no intention of selling it. So conviction on water. Man, you know, I mean, they had Lionel Messi do the Instagram story. They had Ronaldinho. Obviously, I mean, Ronaldinho was once massive, and now he's retired. But it's one of those things. It's like they can, now that they got Messi in, or at least Messi making a story about that on Instagram, all they have to do is say, hey, we got Messi. And whoever else could be like, you know, all right, cool, I'm in. Only 179 here in TikTok. I mean, I just started the live stream, so it'll get over 200. Do you think the bull run is over? I do not. Why Brett keeps going down? Brett's been holding up a lot better than a lot of other cryptocurrencies. It's just a part of, I mean, look at what happened with Brett. Brett got up to $800 million and then ranged at $300 million for quite a while. And people were in this live stream asking, why does Brett keep going down? And I bought at $300 million sometime during that range. And then it popped off over $2 billion at one point. And now, yeah, sure, it's gonna settle down and it's gonna range. But I have zero concerns about Brett. I am diamond handing Brett. Conviction on Shubaduki, still diamond hand. I don't think Josh is all that concerned right now with Shubaduki. I'm holding my Duke. But I don't think he's all that concerned right now with Duke holding strong or whatever. I think it will settle down and chop for a while. But then I have a lot of a belief that Josh is going to pump that hard next time market turns around. So technical analysis is extremely overrated, especially for Bitcoin, which is not like other investments. I disagree with that, Winning. People call it fairy dust, or no, like, what is it? Horoscopes for men or horoscopes for investors. There are certain things. What I would say technical analysis is, so on a broader scale, I tend to think like All right, people calling a month ago. This guy Zoran Cole called for $44,000 Bitcoin, and I'm sure he's still calling for that. And then other people were calling for $90,000 Bitcoin over the next month, 2 months, whatever. And so here's where I do agree with you. I think that all that's, I wouldn't say it's nonsense, but that is a lot more speculation. But the way that I use technical analysis is I am essentially looking for where traders want to long or short. I'm trying to join the herd. That is, in my opinion, how technical analysis should be used for the most part. What is the herd going to do? Okay, I want to do that. And so even, as Bitcoin has gotten from $73,800 down to where it's at right now, it got down to $53,000 at one point, 53 and some change. I was mostly longing. I was like 95% longing. And I had more winners than losers in my longs because that's how I was using technical analysis. I didn't have as many winners as I had hoped. It was probably like somewhere between a 55 and 60% win rate, but that was during a downtrend. So that's my preference for technical analysis. I would say this idea that you for sure that Bitcoin's going to make this 40% correction or something. There are certain things that you can look at, but that's more speculative. Spell meme token, I don't know enough about it. I think if Bitcoin lost its support, altcoin will suffer. Meme coin would be worse IMO. I somewhat agree with you, Barry. I have a bit of a different strategy with meme coins right now. I'm not waiting for like a 3x to take out my profits. Sometimes I'm not even waiting for a 2x. I'm just waiting for a return, for a gain, and then I'm exiting big time. There was a meme coin that I bought last week called Moo the Bull, and I sold at a 50% profit. I sold 80% of my bag at a 50% profit. I think there's plenty of opportunities to do something like that. But my mindset has shifted a little bit with meme coins, yeah. Thoughts on C-Swap? I'm not touching C-Swap until we see a strong reversal in the market. I want to see the major alts reverse, and then let's talk about C-Swap. But I do like it. Perp was on a tear. I would be taking 80% of my investments out with Perp right now because of where we are in the market. Doge still 53. I have less conviction on Doge that it would only hit 53 cents. ICP 223.40 is my price target. I am losing faith in that. But man, alt season, we see a full-blown alt season, anything's possible. ICP is not something that I'd be buying right yet. It is very clearly in a downtrend. And that's the case for a large majority of altcoins. I just want to see some strength, a higher high. The big one, for some reason, the big one that I'm looking at is Cardano. If I see a higher high on Cardano, I'm going to be more willing to get in. I am not DCAing right now. And that's pretty controversial. I know a lot of you are DCAing. If you DCA, you're going to end up, odds are very much in your favor that that'll work out for you. But I am trying to not be doing this and just buying all throughout. I am trying to get within 10% of the bottom as we see things turn around. What about Ondo? Tau, I like Tau a lot fundamentally. Ondo's been holding up very well. Ondo's just right back down to the range before its breakout. And it's at the higher end of that range, so I'm not interested in buying Ondo. It's actually at the very top of that, the previous range before it broke out. So, but then it's also holding support at its 20-week simple moving average very well. So it's one of those things. What's going to happen with Ondo? I would rather wait and see for a breakout out of the range that it got back into, and then a retest of that range before getting back into Ondo. or getting into Ondo more because I'm already in Ondo. Arrow is a falling knife. I'm not touching Arrow yet. There was a question about Tau. I haven't actually looked at the Tau chart. 266.70. Oh man, Tau's close. You know, it had a perfect. Oh man, I wouldn't have thought that. But all right, Tau looks. There's certain signs that I'm seeing that Tau's at a good spot right now. 236 retrace. That's usually a really good level of support. It is above. It had gotten rejected at its 20-day EMA several times over the last month. Right now, it's above it. Maybe that it's going to hold it as support, and we'll see some good moves higher. If ICP hits 200, I will become a millionaire. I hope it does. I hope so for your sake. But you better be taking profits on the way up. Now, it still has not put in a higher high on the daily chart for Tau, which makes me want to at least wait for that. So, Aerodrome is just it's just straight down. There's no signs of strength in Aerodrome right now. Oh, wait a second. Oh, you know what? Aerodrome might be close. I did not realize. So Aerodrome, we still have not seen a higher high on the daily. But it's a possibility that Aerodrome has bottomed out. Not enough of a confirmation of that yet. But I'm going to keep my eyes on Aerodrome now. Please, are you still a believer in DJI game? Not short term. I believe it will come back. I believe it will put in a new all-time high. ICP is the worst performing coin. Last rally holders will be the next meme like XRP. Yeah, ICP, they launched on May 7th of 2021. Elon Musk went on SNL May 9th. That was the end of euphoria. They launched at a terrible time. But then there were also other things that happened too. You know, like things with LCX. So Shiba Inu is burning coins. The rate that they burn as of right now is way too slow. You know, it's going to take, last I checked, like 7,500 years. It would take 7,500 years for Shiba Inu to burn all their supply. Again, I'm live on YouTube, World War Bitcoin. I can't answer every question on TikTok, but I can on YouTube. So head on over to YouTube. What do you think of Luna Classic? I don't think of Luna Classic. How much in the bull run do you think Akash will go to? Let me see. If you are a HEHE holder and you want to hear an update for me as to why I believe yesterday was the bottom for HEHE, smash up that like button on TikTok and let's get to 10,000 likes. Akash. I know I did a video on Akash on my YouTube channel. Yeah. $27.13 is my price target. TARS is holding 11 to 12 cents. Okay, good. AXGT honest price prediction next 6 months. I mean, next 6 months, I'm not going to give you anything. I don't do that. But peak, I believe, $500 million market cap. Hehe to the moon. Thoughts on Landwolf? I saw questions on YouTube and TikTok about that. Already talked about it. It's one of the few. It's like tier A, high conviction. I'm willing to hold. Pepe supposedly coming out with a launch pad like Pump.Fun, but on base. Any thoughts? Yeah, I talked about that. If they can get some adoption on that, that's going to be very bullish for Bepe. And all of that's going to be, you know, given the revenues that they'll generate from that. Pump.Fun makes like $500,000 a day. If Bepe could get a little bit of that, I think it's going to be very bullish for them. Do you think the AI narrative will come back? Baby retardio, I've got nothing. The AI narrative, will it come back? I don't know. But again, let me tell you the play for AI until things change. Yeah, Wolf is going to billions. I mean, I could see it going over $1 billion. Buy AO, not financial advice. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to buy AOs in render on August 1st. I am going to sell AOs in render on August 22nd. The reason why I'm going to do that is because there has been the last two NVIDIA earnings reports. There has been a run-up in AI cryptos to the NVIDIA earnings report date, and then there was a sell-off. Buy the rumor, sell the news. Whether or not AI, AI will most likely make a comeback during euphoria, but VRA, man, I had a 22.5 cent price target, and then they changed their tokenomics or did something. I don't remember what they did, but why only a month? What do you mean, why only a month? Make a comeback, bro. It never fell off. No, I mean, AI has certainly fallen off. All right, let's see. Good morning, Alex. Just jumping in now after watching last video. He looked like a man. Classic skit. Yes, Mad TV, Asian lady. Nobody mentioned that. I forgot that I said that. Yeah, man, that was me in high school, man, in the 90s. Yes, I went to high school in the 90s. It feels like yesterday. Render in AOs, why only a month? Yeah, because of that play. Because that's what happened. What did he say? ICP price prediction 223.40, low conviction. Hi Alex, any alts worth dipping into at the moment? Pendle, Beam, LCX, Tau. All right, Pendle's recovering. It does look like Pendle bottomed out at 328 in change. So what market cap do you think Beppe can get to? I'm in it for the retrace at this point. It hit a $20 million market cap. I could see it doing a 702 retrace, get up to 14 million, something like that. So Pendle, good. Beam, not yet. LCX, you know what? I mean, LCX has at least, that is, what is that? That's just straight down, I was talking about Beppe, BEPE. All right, Jose, just been buying and not selling. All right. Good morning, Blue Dive. But finally, it looks like LCX might have found some support here. Is that a retrace? I have too many fib charts on my screen here. Is that the 382? I think that's a 382. Yeah, okay, it's holding at the 382. Maybe now's a good time. I wouldn't be surprised if it got down to the 236 here. So what is Solana? Oh, man. I don't know, man. So, I mean, I know what Solana is. I just don't. How do I explain what Solana is to somebody asking what's Solana? All right, Tau. I already looked at Tau. Tau looks like it might have also bottomed out. How much will Bitcoin ETF when Bitcoin hits 150K? I have no idea what Bitcoin's ETF's prices are. There's lots of them. I don't own any. I don't intend on owning any. XLM. I mean, XLM's just keeps on getting rejected at the 20-day EMA. It's put in a new low, a new yearly low. I don't see a reason all that much to be buying it other than, it's very close to its bear market bottom. I can't imagine these things getting below their bear market bottoms. That would be insane. How do you get rich fast with crypto? I'm not your man. You get lucky. That's how you get rich fast. You get lucky. VRA, already talked about VRA. Thoughts on Chainlink 1 to 2 month time frame? Chainlink's just pretty stable in general. It's not super volatile, which makes me not want to buy it for like euphoria. I don't think it's going to do anything explosive. I think Chainlink's going to range between. Man, it's another one. It lost its range. Could it reclaim its range? It could. All right, 10K likes. Thank you, Richie. Guys, I do believe that that yesterday was the bottom for Hehe. So why do I believe that? Well, and if you're watching right now, I apologize. I don't really apologize. You know who you are. You have quite possibly single-handedly killed every positive thing that that we have been trying to do with HEHE. So you guys know how there's all this FUD with Brett. They own 81% of the supply. Why would they do such a thing? It wasn't a fair launch. They did such a thing because they were able to prevent whale manipulation. Now, there was a person who fortunately for him, got in early on HEHE and scooped up 4% of the supply. And over the last 3 months, he has sold all of his bag, which, if you don't know, selling 4% of the supply over a span of 4 months is enough to just murder sentiment. Okay. And I know who he is. We've messaged back and forth. He's given me this sob story of like, I just got laid off, and things are really hard. But okay, you've done $23,000 sales. Yesterday, this guy sold the last of his HEHE bag. He tells me he has more, but I'm convinced he doesn't. He sold the last of his HEHE bag. He sold $20,000 worth, which if you need that, that's perfectly fine. But what he's been doing is he's been doing the quintessential dumb money stuff. He bought into the Hulk Hogan rug pull, took out of HEHE, bought into Hulk Hogan rug pull, bought into real N-word Tate rug pull. He bought into this other cryptocurrency that did a rug pull. And yesterday he sold the last of his HEHE to buy the Jason Derulo coin. And he's given me these sob stories of, I just got laid off. He's figured out a way to turn $150,000 into $20,000 or whatever he has left. Yeah, he bought the Jason Derulo coin. Look at the chart with Jason Derulo. And so, like, this guy sold into the burn. This guy used inside information. All these big things that we had with all these influencers. And he killed all of the momentum that we had with all of those partnerships. And now he's gone. 4%, a 4% holder is gone. And I am convinced, he sold 20 plus thousand yesterday. He went down to like a $1.2 million market cap. I'm convinced that's the bottom. He has done more damage to HEHE than anyone else. And so just think about what happens to everyone else as they're just seeing the constant effects of this person taking more than 6 figures out of this as the market's in a downtrend, So, all right. I've spent enough of that. I am convinced that yesterday was the bottom for HEHE. Thoughts on where ADA is going over the next 1 to 6 months? I think it's very close to bottoming out if it hasn't already. Lil Pump, good or bad for HEHE? I mean, really, we went live. We went on a space. Him getting wrecked is the best part of the story. That's the thing that's insane to me. That is just quintessential dumb money. The fact that people like that exist, I hear of people doing stupid things and I'm like, that can't be everybody, right? And yet I know somebody who's done this insanely stupid stuff. And I'm like, okay, you know what? That's who I'm competing against People like that, I'm good, man. My gut tells me no bull market. Your gut. Then sell. All right. How old is this guy? I would have assumed he was like, I think he's older, in his 30s or 40s or something. I don't know. Bitcoin retesting 57. Sure. All right. I'm going to plow through some comments on YouTube. Yeah, he's out of the coin. Took a work call. Did you explain the HEHE bottom price prediction? I literally, the last 5 minutes, I can't do it again, man. You see Carlo on base. What do you think? I like Carlo. I hold some. Have you had a peek at the Matic chart? I have not. Let's take a look at Matic. D-pin. I like D-pin. Matic, clear downtrend. Oh, shoot. What's going on? Yeah, nothing yet. Not willing to buy just yet. Could Thanksgiving have been the bottom? Not Thanksgiving. 4th of July. Could that have been the bottom? It's possible. But I want to see more confirmation. I would love to see us break through the 50-day EMA at least. The orange line on the chart here. What is the web for HEHE? It's hehe.community. Is Ondo worth dipping into? I think Ondo is a great buy. I already answered that question. It's at the top of its old range. It broke out of the range and went right back down. Why do you buy the supply back on HEHE? Because I am a supporter and believer. We might have Brett level of diamond hands now that this one whale is gone. Am I wrong to be in the mindset of only holding memes for euphoria? You might not be, but you got to think, Joe. When euphoria bull run's not over, I very much am convinced the bull run's not over. We're 3 months removed from the halving. All right, so only holding memes for euphoria. Let's talk about this. Only holding memes for the euphoria. Should you do that? Well, think about this. If and when euphoria returns, big money will come in. They will manipulate the market. But what are they going to manipulate? They're probably not going to manipulate some random meme coin that can get to they'll want more of a sure thing. I think what they'll push for is altcoins, just normal utility altcoins. They'll put millions of dollars into these altcoins, get you really excited. You'll be their exit liquidity. So I wouldn't quite give up on altcoins during euphoria. With that being said, meme coins will probably be the best performing assets during full-blown euphoria. Miria update. It's probably a falling knife like everything else. Yeah. Ooh, you know what? Miria might have bottomed out. See, that Miria's done what I'm looking for. It has put in a higher high on the daily candle, but then it put in a lower low because of that Thanksgiving wick. That's something worth looking into more. So I still don't believe this is the bottom for HEHE. People are still hopeful in the chat. I think at this point, it's only the optimists who have remained. So people's hope must be crushed. Okay. Will CPI news tomorrow be good news for crypto? I believe it will. Yeah, last week it was. Check Ponky chart, currently inverse head and shoulder. What do you think will be the next stop for Ponky technically? I looked at Ponky yesterday. I think it's just going to be flat. And I think that's a good thing. Unless Bitcoin does reclaim the range and go higher. Until that happens, look at Celestia. Celestia is a falling knife. Same like everything else. Not interested in touching Celestia right now. Good morning, Alex. Why would Germany sell their Bitcoin and El Salvador is buying Bitcoin? Different perspectives. El Salvador is buying Bitcoin. They've been really big. President Nayib Bukele. I probably mispronounced his name. He's a big Bitcoin bull. That's Naka, not Miria. Did I look at the Nakamoto chart and not the Miria chart? What is... I need to fix my eyes, man. Oh, I did look at Nakamoto. Thanks, bull. Great game yesterday. We're talking about Spain. Wow, yeah, Miria, I would not touch Miria. Nakamoto might be ready to buy. That's hilarious. I accidentally looked at the Nakamoto chart. Thank you, bull. Hi, Alex. Do you really think ICP can still reach 220, or did your prediction change? Can you explain? My prediction is locked in on the spreadsheet. My conviction has lowered. Yeah, my link target's $58.33. That's all I'll say. I'll be a homeless shelter before I sell my HEHEE bag. A few months homeless to be a millionaire is worth it. There we go. What's the biggest amount you round-tripped over the entire cycle or specific coin? Oh, man. Well, you know what? All right, let me say this. In 2021, I went from $50,000 up to $300,000, down to $150,000, up to $400,000, and then back down to $150,000. So I wasn't a millionaire in 2021. I was very much... I know a lot more now than I did then. If I had a redo of 2021, even not knowing what happened in 2021, I would have taken that portfolio to multiple millions of dollars. But I was much more in Bitcoin and in like the safer, the larger caps in 2021. So bring the pitchforks out. This run, I've become a millionaire. So what's the biggest I round tripped? I had $7 million worth of HEHE and I burned it. That's the biggest that I round tripped. Put him on blast. This is the guy dumping HEHE. My 1K is now barely 400. I'm holding, of course, and want to buy the dip. I do believe yesterday was the bottom. Is HEHE going to multiple billions? I believe one day HEHE will go to multiple billions. Should have deleted it all and ran away and probably gotten arrested. You know, I believe, do I think it's going to happen in 2024, 2025, or even 2026? I don't think so. Okay. Can I be honest with you? But here's the deal. My goal is to bring HEHE's liquidity up to about $10 million. What's the significance of that? Shiba Inu's liquidity is about the same amount. I want HEHE's liquidity to match Shiba Inu's. That is my goal. With however we can do that. You know, one day my hope is that HEHE is more of a revenue generating system that will create opportunities for us to add to liquidity. I will personally be putting my meme coin gains into liquidity. I will gladly be your exit liquidity this bull run. That's how committed I am to this cryptocurrency. In order to build something longer term that will go in my you know, according to the plan, not just me, but the C-suite and so many of you, to multiple billions of dollars. If you have Lil Pump during Euphoria, then it'll come back. What's with the Lil Pump hate? I don't know what's going on here. You know, I had him on a space last week. He had to be woken up. He was exhausted. He was in like Greece or something. Barely slept. But like, he did a community takeover of a community takeover. Thank you, David. I can't hate on him for that. How do you even buy HEHE? How about we buy some HEHE right now? Jupiter, jupe.ag/swap Solana-USDC is what shows up. My wallet is connected. If you have him promo HEHE during the bull run, you're set. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we just went on that one space together. I don't know if there's going to be further developments. All right. So if you type in HEHE, it is on the strict list, and so it should show up. And this is it right here. It does have a picture, if you were to zoom in, of Michael Jackson. I can't change that. But if you want to be safe, go to dexscreener.com. Look up HEHE, look for Woodford the Fox, find the contract address, copy the HEHE contract address. It starts with 9D and then paste it. And so you need a Solana wallet for this. Paste it into the to section and then click swap. Wherever your car salesman, I think I bought one from you. I know that sounds like an insult. I was a car salesman once for like 2 months. And in those 2 months, I sold 6 cars. So, I was a car salesman. I was a terrible car salesman. There's the answer to your question. All right, so I bought some HEHE. Thoughts on Near and Render? I mean, I have price targets of $46 for Near and $35 for Render. That Render target might be too low. HEHE or Landwolf, which one will be the best performer? Easily HEHE. Very little doubt in my mind. I mean, we're talking about a Landwolf, a cryptocurrency that had an $80 million market cap, versus HEHE, which is at a $1.8 million market cap right now, and got as high as $60 million. $60 million was not the peak. Unless Bitcoin peaked at $74,000. Do you think Jupiter or TARS has more upside from here? I guess I'll say Jupiter just because during Euphoria, people are going to be using Jupiter a ton. Did Arrow bottom? Is it a good buy now? Arrow might have bottomed. I'm not confident enough to buy yet. Brett, realistic target. 10 billion maybe. I don't know. People are calling for much higher than that. Alex, please show us what chart need to look like for us to start buying alts again. I mean, you got to go to my YouTube channel and I'm live on YouTube right now. World War Bitcoin. Is this the time to DCA or wait for further downtrend? My answer is I am not DCAing, but if you DCA now, you will most likely not regret it in the end. Can you take a look at NCT Polyswarm, please? No, I've looked at NCT plenty, and I do like it a lot. I'm assuming it's just like everything else. All right, I'm on YouTube. Again, all right, here's what I'm looking for. I am on the daily chart. And Cardano is my prime example. I have it drawn out here. So Cardano has pretty much gone how I've drawn it out so far. It's put in a lower low. So now what I'm hoping for with Cardano is a higher high. A higher high, higher than its peak of 42 cents a little over a week ago. So if I see Cardano go above 42 cents, maybe it'll get to 44 cents. What I'm then going to do is set a limit order at a higher low, which, just based on my drawing is around 38 cents, which is the price right now, but that may not happen. It could continue this downtrend. So again, I'm not trying to catch the exact bottom. The exact bottom for Cardano, it wicked down to 32 cents. But I'm trying to do a swing pattern failure trade. And get close to the bottom. What's your capital invested in crypto? Just curious. I probably own I own lower six figures worth of crypto right now. If you remember, I had to liquidate all my assets to put a huge down payment on a house because my daughter was sick. She had lead poisoning from the house that we were in. So we had to I had to just dump all my bags. And so I started from like $10,000-$20,000 just DCAing in the bear market. So I am not most people with followings like mine, they're millionaires. Sage is a multimillionaire. Blockchain Boy, millionaire. Joshua Jake, millionaire. Rafi, probably a tens of millionaire. I am not one of those people. The lead was all over. There was 22 different places. The city came in and tested it out. There were 22 places in the house that Shmoo is a millionaire, man. Rex, millionaire. There were 22 places in the house that ended up having lead. We had to get it. And I've driven by that house ever since then. We moved to a new city, so we were renting. I sold my 3-acre property in another state. We moved to a new city, and we were renting just to get a lay of the land in the city. But anyway, I'm talking about totally different things back and forth here. I was a millionaire, on paper. I had at one point $14 million worth of HEEHEE. Crypto Rebel, I don't know. And really, all these guys who I'm talking about, I'm just speculating. Ty has said he's very much a millionaire. I am not. I have so many expenses, especially with my kids, with tuition at school. I have to pay whatever. Anyway, is any chance HEHE going back stronger? You missed the update. You missed my thoughts on that. I very much believe yesterday was the bottom. And I gave a specific reason why. Can Bitcoin go down to 40K before uptrend? Anything's possible, man. The yearly open would be my absolute worst case scenario. Yearly open is $44,000. Do I think that's going to happen? No. With your work, what you do, you deserve to be a millionaire. We'll see. Yeah, where do you buy HEHE? I hope I answered that. When do you expect new all-time high? October. I'll just throw out October. My 7K position got to 500 HEHE. Is it had? I wish you were able to see the update. I'm live on YouTube. So remember, all right. So watch that update on YouTube. I think things will make sense to you. Do you think the bull run will be over if you go to below 40K? Thank you, Yubi. If we go below 40K, listen, the 200-week simple moving average is at $37,000. We usually interact with the 200-week simple moving average at the depths of the bear market. Okay? So if we got under 40K, especially with the amount of Bitcoin that these spot Bitcoin ETFs have accumulated, my game plan changes entirely. There will be money to be made if Bitcoin goes under 40K. It's not. I cannot see Bitcoin going under 40K before hitting a new all-time high at least. But my game plan changes to playing Bitcoin for a retrace. Because if it got under 40K, it would have a dead cat bounce. If it got under 40K, I do think that $73,800 was the peak. But if it got under 40K, I do think it would have a dead cat bounce, and it would get up to something like $58,000, and then that would be the end. So that's the play on that. When can Wolf reach $1 billion market cap? New all-time highs for Bitcoin. That's when. Pendle, talk about Pendle. I think it did bottom out yesterday at 330. Rio Beam, I'm not going to look at Rio. Beam, I'm not touching yet. Give us guide on how to not round trip your HEHE bags. Man, it's the same thing as with every other meme coin, When there's just absolute euphoria when there's 1,000 people in this live stream, it's probably going to be a good time to exit. Where do you get your price targets from? If you watch my price target videos on YouTube, you will understand a very systematic approach. I'm not just pulling numbers out of my head. I just can't take the time to explain that right now. All you have to do is go to YouTube and watch a video of a cryptocurrency that existed in 2021, and you will understand my process. My process is pretty much the same with every cryptocurrency that I review, and the older ones are a lot easier to review than the younger ones. Hello, Alex. Glad to see you. I'm thinking of investing another 1,000 in either Brett or Landwolf, just long-term ride, or should I ape into something else? By the way, holding my HEHE with high conviction. Brett, Landwolf, those would be top tier. Maybe Ponky. Yeah. XRP thoughts where it's going. All I can say is it's not going much lower. Nobody can predict crypto. It's a scam. You're not entirely wrong. Bottom yesterday. No, I'm not going to explain the bottom. It took me a long time to explain the bottom. All right, long story short. Hehe whale. This guy owned 4% of the supply, got in very early. Dumped on us at literally the worst possible time. Took out well over $100,000. Well over $100,000. And the reason why he did that was because he got greedy, and well, he was greedy, and he was scared because he got laid off from his job. And he went and took that money and chased rug pulls. He bought the Hulk Hogan rug pull. He bought real N-word Tate rug pull. He bought another one that rug pulled. And then yesterday he sold the last of his bags and sold $20-something thousand worth of HEHE and bought the Jason Derulo coin, which boggles my mind. He bought the Jason. Look at the Jason Derulo chart. Why in the world would you buy that coin? Do you know the crypto network? Yeah, I'm. We're friends. We've never met, but we're friends in as much as we're crypto friends. We follow each other on socials and everything. If we got a 200 million market cap this bull run, that's a 100x from here. People should be jumping all in right now. I very much believe that he will get to 200 million. Thoughts on Polygon Matic? I'm not touching it right now, but I have a $7.86 price target. Alephium target for you is $90. I'm scared it can't hit 40. What percent do you think it'll hit 40? Neil, I can't give you an answer for that. What I can tell you is just you see it pump, you take profits. It hits a new all-time high. Take profits. Zay, good. You doubled your HEHE bag yesterday. Now you feel good about it. Awesome. Yeah, 4% man had nearly 2.5 million at all-time high. And he sold at all-time highs. He sold before the burn. I called him out yesterday. We chatted. I told him, man, you have taken advantage of my reputation, and you have taken advantage of the work that people have done, the hard work that people have put into this. It's not just him. He responded, it's not just me. And I told him, you are the biggest one. You're the biggest individual player who has killed all of our momentum. And now this guy's gone. If you have only two options, buying Mubi or Manta, which coin would you choose? And why are you choosing that coin? Multi-bit. I made videos on both. I just check out my multi-bit price target video. Are you buying anything for NVIDIA report earnings? Yeah, definitely, man. I said AOS and render. Yes, think of all the work we had to do to put that money in. I mean, it's not just the money. People, I've put $20,000 of my own money into this. You want a meme coin 101 as to how not to do this. I am $20,000 in the hole on this cryptocurrency that has been going straight down. And it's largely, if you were to remove this one player from the equation, we would have been, the things that we've implemented, we would have been able to build on those things and to build momentum. And every time he killed the momentum, but now he's gone. Every time. Is it a good time to buy Pendle? Yes. ADA price prediction, $4.86. For those that missed the HEHE update on TikTok, they can rewind and watch on YouTube. There we go. I think you are not a millionaire because of family. You have to play it safer. I'm not a millionaire because I have 6 kids going on 7. There's no doubt about that. I mean, think about the opportunity cost with the all the money that I have to spend to feed my family, to keep them clothed, to keep a roof over their houses. And if I had been able to invest all that money in the bottom of the bear market, or not take out profits throughout this run and everything, like not take out profits as much, I mean, there's no doubt. But I would rather have it the way I have it. Very much so. What are your main portfolio holdings? I am mostly in stocks, ETFs, and meme coins, and Bitcoin. So I am dollar cost averaging. I am dollar cost averaging. Even though I say I'm not dollar cost averaging, I'm buying like $100 of Shiba Inu every week. That's about it. And I'm dollar cost averaging into Walmart. And no, I'm not talking about a Walmart meme coin. I'm talking about literally Walmart, the stock. So I'm on opposite ends of the extremes when it comes to safety and risk. And I'm really happy where I am right now. Are you bullish on Realio for RWA? Oh, yeah, definitely. Thank you, UIFT66. Let's see. Kendu. I'm sorry, I don't know anything about Kendu. With having 7 kids, your tax-free check with your tax guy. You know, usually taxes aren't bad for me because of all the kids. Yeah. When's the next NVIDIA earnings report? I think it's August 22nd. How can alts move to your targets when a lot of alts haven't barely moved last year? Look at 2020. All right, we had something weird happen in 2024, which is Bitcoin hit a new all-time high, so altcoins were going to rally, but they weren't going to rally as much as Bitcoin because the institutions were buying Bitcoin, not altcoins. But at this time in 2020, pretty much every altcoin was just flat. And then within a year, they all exploded. What else are you DCAing in? That's it, literally. Walmart and Shiba Inu. Will all altcoins skyrocket to 5x, 10x, or 50x more, or some not move at all? In 2021, it was pretty much all altcoins did at least a 5x, 10x. 2024, it's a different beast, man. You know, we got I call it the pumped up fun effect. You know, everyone can create a cryptocurrency. So I'm a little bit nervous in that regard, which is why, you know, I'll be spreading it out pretty thin, just hoping. But I very much think, you know, if and when we get a full blown alt season, that they will all do multiple X's, all of them. Yeah. You think Manta is worth aping into? I like Manta. It's a falling knife right now. I want to wait for it to turn around before aping into it. Ooh, I wanted to look at Bitcoin ETF flow. Yeah, last few days, man, they've been buying Bitcoin. The ETFs. Price target for STX. It's on my spreadsheet, which you can see the link to in all my YouTube videos. $11.67. I just received a 4K tax rebate. Where is it best placed? All right, you know what? I'm not going to answer that question, but what I'll tell you is all right. Somebody whose opinion I very, very much respect. Somebody who, you know, he has some following on TikTok and X. His name is Louis Raskin. And he said he might have more conviction on Brett than any other cryptocurrency. To hear that from him was huge for me. To hear that from somebody like Crash, I'm like, whatever, Crash. You know, you're pumping your bags, and I respect the grind. You think Mantra is worth anything? I don't know what Mantra is. Where's Mr. Cuz? I don't know. I mean, maybe that's why I'm so cheerful today. Because where's Mr. Cuz? I put a limit order on Arrow at the exact bottom, but Crypto.com didn't pull the trigger fast enough. Oh, man. What bots do you use for buying memes? I haven't really gotten into the bots, and maybe that's to my detriment. I hear people talk about Trojan, but I don't know. If you sell your meme coins in the top of Euphoria, is then the play that you put that money into blue coins like Pendle and Ondo? Not necessarily, John. My biggest goal for this bull run is to have a half a $1,000,000 stock portfolio that I sell covered calls on in 10 Bitcoin. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I just hold on to cash until we see Bitcoin perhaps move down, and then I put 10K Bitcoin in. But I don't love the idea of holding cash. All right, there we go. SSN, I see your comment. Kudos to you for trying hard to make a living with 6 kids and being honest with everything you say. Thank you, Shake. When do you think is the perfect time for Aerodrome to pump? During Euphoria. New all-time high for Bitcoin. What do you think of the Sol ETF? I'm not super... You know, I read an article that I very much agree with, that I think that the person speculated that the amount of buying for the Ethereum ETF would be about 15% of the Bitcoin ETF. I tend to agree with that. So I think Solana would be even less. And my answer is it's a net positive. I think it's a net positive, and that's about it. So... Are you into Crash Meme or think we'll follow Brett? It's a fan coin, so I'm not in it. Would you open a long on Bitcoin 3x leverage now? I mean, what are the chances you're going to get liquidated? It's pretty low, but there's a chance. I would wait. I would wait for some kind of confirmation. If we have lost the bottom of the last range we were in, then it's a terrible idea to open a 3x long. I don't have a Clover Finance bull run prediction. Tyrese Gibson is launching a coin. You know, I was on a Travlad space, and Tyrese Gibson was listening. I took note of that. I hate the fact that he's launching a coin. These stupid celebrity meme coins, man. What's the name of this guy? Louis. Oh, Louis Raskin. Raskin. Man, come on, Tyrese. Should I sell some altcoin on loss and buy HEEHEE? Will it recover and give some profit? I'm not going to give you... I'm obviously going to be biased towards that. But I will say, again, I believe yesterday was the bottom for HEEHEE. Bull X, you can set limit, buy, sell on memes. Okay. What do you think about most alts dying? All right, you've spammed that enough. I would say look at where we were at this time in 2020. We're just reverting back to the mean. Brad, hello. ADA price prediction, $4.86. Do you think 770 million is possible for HEEHEE? That's a $1 HEEHEE. How high is your conviction on it? I know you're not allowed to talk on it really much, but I just want to know. It is within the realm of possibility. Like, I am seriously wondering if we are now with this big whale being gone, if we are now at Brett level of diamond hands from our holders, when will Discord start? $10 million market cap. Tell me your thoughts on DOT and what's happening with them. I'm not super excited about Polkadot. I don't think it's going to put in a new all-time high. It's still in a downtrend. I mean, it did put in a higher high in the daily, but then, you know, last Thursday with the all that FUD. Zcash, I'm not really looking at Zcash right now. I know their tokenomics have improved a lot. Thoughts on Night Riders? Hoppy, Draggy, Flappy, and Watt. I don't know anything about those. All right, guys, I'm switching to subscriber only on TikTok. If you want to stay in the live stream, head on over to YouTube, World War Bitcoin. $2020 was an anomaly because of the stimulus checks, and we'd be lucky to hit 7 trillion. Or 2021 was suppressed because of rising inflation and the fear of the Fed raising interest rates. Landlord on Solana. I still haven't looked into it. And I've heard that it's pumped a lot, and I don't think this is an environment to diamond hand something that's been pumping as hard as Landlord has. So I would be taking heavy profits on that right now, and I would not be buying that right now. Landlord Ronald, is that what it is? No, I don't know. I can't find it on Deck Screener. Someone mentioned AO's TARS merger. I couldn't find anything on this. I hope not. I don't want to be dealing with these mergers, man. It was at a $14 million market cap, now back down to about half of that. I mean, so it's probably going to chop for quite a while. I will say that. Oh, partnership. Okay, partnerships. I'm fine with partnerships. Tom. Hehe, what a stupid crap coin with rug pull guarantee. Alex, will you get your cut? Tom, I feel like you've been on this channel before. I don't understand why you're commenting that. Will I get my cut? I burned my entire bag. Well, I mean, I'm buying. I've been buying. You know, I've been buying every day. And so, but then, you know, I can't in good conscience. I don't know why you're saying that. Rug pull guarantee. I mean, that whale has been slowly rugging it, and now he's gone. But like, I do have a donation wallet set up if you know things go well and people want to show their appreciation, but that's on them. Man, that's such a ridiculous comment. Alex, are there any catalysts for us to go higher in 2025? Because the way I see it, all our ammunition is wasted on 2024. ETH, ETF, Bitcoin, ETF, Solana, ETF, possibly Trump getting elected, rate cuts. I mean, you know, we're speaking the same language, aren't we? Because what have I been saying? I have been saying I don't think we're peaking. I think we're going to reach peak euphoria in 2024, not 2025. So I don't know if you've heard me say that. I've been saying that a ton. Can Chainlink go to $100? I mean, it could, but my target's $58.33. Did you ever look into Baby Brett? They have 4 utility uses for the token and more on the way. I thought I bought it, but then I looked in my wallet and it's not there. So I guess I didn't. I I'm not opposed to it. Can you tell again? Is it Duco or Duke? Shubaduki, D-O-O-K. Thank you, Uber guy. Will the Fed ever reduce the rate to 0 in 2025? They will do it if there's blood in the streets, if it's absolute panic, something similar to 2008. They will. Wolf is down. I bought it 160 million. Andrew, man, I sold at 100. I sold half my bag at 164 million, and then I bought back in at 125 and at 100, and now it's at 80, and I'm buying more. Do you agree this cycle is going to be meme coin site bubble? I think this is the last one before the .com crypto crash. Whatever that looks like. Yeah. I mean, we're going to look back at what's going on right now with meme coins and be like, man, it's so obvious, isn't it? That doesn't mean that these things won't exist. But I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people, and I'm talking about even like people with X accounts over 500,000 followers, just kind of throw in the towel. But I think there's money to be made before that happens. Alex, how about you do some meme coin hunting in these lives? Because I feel you've been saying the same things because we are stuck in a range. Doing some meme coin huntings would be good. It takes too much time. It takes too much of my time. It would take too much of my time. When do you think Landwolf will start to move up again? I think it's going to chop for a while now. What's your AO's render buy-in price for on August 1st, no matter the price on that date? Yeah. No matter the price. They sucked up the German cells. Yeah, I said that yesterday. I said that yesterday during my members-only live stream. The spot Bitcoin ETFs have been buying more than Germany's been selling. So I'm not too worried about Germany. It's Landwolf on base. No, it's Solana Crypto Hound. 2021 was anomaly because of the stimulus checks. Yeah, I already did answer that. Render, Ando, Arrow, Ondo, Jupiter, GFI Turbo, GPU, Pendle on my main plays. Okay. How do you feel about GFI? I've looked into it a ton. I like it a lot. ETFs are bigger than stimulus checks. You might be right about that. Yeah. Is there still hope for Coke? I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. Let's look at it. Coke Inu. I do think so because I own some. I haven't sold any of it. And I'm fine just holding on to it. So it got over $600 million market cap. Now it's at a $100 million market cap. No, it got to a $400 million, excuse me. I would say very much so. Now, I would have thought that the range that it was in April and May would have been just the bottom, but then it bottomed out even more and it's flat now, and this might be a good one to DCA into, honestly. Saw the video of Landwolf from the Bash Brothers and gave proof that Wolf might be a rug pull. Thinking of swapping on my Wolf to HEHE. It's a good info with a good video with a lot of info. I'll look at that. I have a hard time believing that, man. I'll be surprised if Coke's good from a liquidity perspective. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they said the same thing about Brett. What people have been saying about Brett. TAR's partnered with AO's and Brave browser. Cool. I feel it on Coke. I'm down 6K on it. JFI market cap prediction. I don't have one. The market has conditioned people into thinking that meme coins are a store of value. Whew. I mean, All right, crypto creepy. Yesterday was the bottom. I mean, all right. The market cap has conditioned people into thinking that meme coins are a store of value. Not me. But all right, here's what I was going to say. You've got to understand, even if you have the best meme coin in the world, Solana went down to $7 in 2022. Solana went down to $7 in 2022. So half of Hehee's liquidity is Solana. If Solana goes down to $7, there's nothing we can do about it. I hate to say that, but there really is nothing we can do about it, except buy a bunch of Solana in the next bear market, and a bunch of Hehe, because I'm going to be pushing this just as hard, and I trust the C-suite's going to be doing the same thing. So, Alex, can you tell me, I was a couple times in live stream, Calvin Hill and his audience is like 2K people. I mean, during it, when things got really exciting with Calvin Hill, it's more like 4,000 or 5,000. Where is Phenomenon? What? You're not making sense, Rafa. Hehe back at 2 million. That should have been, what a strategy, right? What a marketing strategy. Our whale's gone. If you sell your meme coins on the top of Euphoria and put money into altcoins, no. Top of Euphoria, I'm looking to exit. I made that mistake in 2021. I sold a lot of profits and put them into other things that just dumped. So I'm sure it will move out soon. Hey, you know what? I mean, yesterday it's up 20% over the last 24 hours. Yesterday, I think it got down as low as a $1.2 million market cap. So I use CryptoRank CMC data as manipulated. Current market cap 131, 58 million circulating supply. I don't know which one you're talking about, but Unique Birds, I see your comment about the taxes or robbery. ETH or Solana long-term play. Nothing's a long-term play aside from Bitcoin. Hehe is still my third largest bag. There we go. All right. There will be a day in the not so far future where we will all be laughing about how everyone thought it was over. Yes. Did you see the debate Trump-Biden? Do you still think? Do you think Biden still has a chance to win? There's a scenario where I think Biden could win, and it involves lots of mail-in ballots. Just by 750,000 more Hehe. But Trump's favored in the polls. That's awesome, John. I'm really happy to hear that. I wish I bought more. I mean, but isn't that always the case? Thoughts on RXP? Probably take the L and move as with RNT. Yes. I think it's time to move on from those. All right, I know you think Euphoria will peak in 2024, but if there is blood in the streets and the rates get cut to zero, you also said you will never be more bullish. If that's true, then 2025 could be peak Euphoria. No. Here's what I think. I think it would be the end of 2025 where there would be blood in the streets, like November, December 2025. So, I mean, we could see Bitcoin well below where it is right now at that point. And then at that point, I will be insanely bullish. And yeah, I could see there being a huge rally Money print is turned on. Rates are at zero. A huge rally for about a year to a year and a half. And then, who knows? It might be even worse after that. Thank you, Boydo. Please define a bag. Is there a minimum amount of tokens to class a bag? I'd call a bag just holding some. I don't have any defined thoughts on that. Solana. Do you think Solana's at a good price? It's getting rejected at its 21-week EMA right now. I would love to see Solana break out. What moving average is that? It's not just the 21-week EMA. Actually, it seems like it's holding the 21-week EMA. I have too many EMAs on here. The 50-day. Got to break through the 50-day, and then after that, the 100-day EMA. So that a break above 148 and a holding of that would be great. Otherwise, I mean, the bottom of the range is around 124 for Solana. So we could easily see Solana get back down to that. Can you please look at the Ondo chart? I already looked at it a ton already. I don't like Ondo right now. It went back down to, it broke out of a range, went back down to the range that it was in, and it's at the top of that previous range. Biden wins, they'll have Kamala step up, and then Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, becomes VP. Sounds about right. Yep. All right, I have about 5 more minutes. I do think Trump's going to win. Thank you for your answer. You're welcome, Boydo. Any insights on BitGert? I know nothing about it. Are you worried about more whales dumping Hehe? I am. There's always going to be whales, but I am telling you, this one person literally, he killed every momentum, everything that we had. Like that week that we had those 4 huge announcements, partnerships with Flash, with Shah, with Homer, Chad, the partnership with Pal. He sold a huge amount at that time. Anytime we were just barely holding on to support, he dumped really hard. And it's like, there's always going to be whales coming in and out, but like, he was by far the biggest effect on Hehe just going straight down. And like any momentum that we had when we did really exciting things, he killed us. And now he's gone. If Trump wins, the crypto will go up for a little bit. Can you explain what you mean by peak euphoria? I mean, like, Coinbase is the #1 app. There's 1,000 people in my live stream on TikTok. Everything's just amazing. It's just awesome. You know, we're just going to go up forever. Your grandma, Uber driver, your barber, all talking about crypto. You see it all over social media. Are there any more people we should be worried about? There's always somebody, but Alex just signed into TikTok. I'm sorry if I missed what was the news that created the spike in the last 30 minutes on Hehe. I essentially talked about this whale who owned 4% of the supply, who sold, and I talked about just he's out. Just how much. Just I looked at all of his transactions yesterday over the last 3 months. Just how devastating he was. Okay, but this whale on Hehe can come back. I talked already. He sold. His excuse for selling was that he got laid off. And he sold well over $100,000 worth of Hehe. But what he bought with that was three confirmed rugs: the Hulk Hogan coin, the real N-word Tate coin, another one that I don't remember the name of that was just straight up a rug. And yesterday he sold the last of his bag, $20,000+ worth, and bought the Jason Derulo coin. So I don't think we're going to be seeing much of him anymore because he doesn't have much to put in. How do you even know the person of the wallet? I think this is funny. I don't even know, but I think all the Hehe whales are in a Telegram group together, and they've communicated. They've shared each other's wallets with each other, and so I've messaged this person, and he admitted, like, he didn't admit. I was like, hey, I've seen that you've sold, and he didn't deny, and I mean, he just talked about, yeah, I lost my job, I need to sell. But does that mean? But do you need to sell over $100,000 worth? He outed himself to you, so out him to us. No, I don't want you guys giving him crap. Thank you. Don't be suspicious. I do feel for him, but he's lying to himself. I'm so desperate. I lost my job. So I had to sell $20,000+ of Hehe to buy Jason Derulo. Yeah, Crypto Ouija, that's what I was saying. Like I was saying, yesterday was the bottom. I'm convinced. Yesterday was the bottom. A lot of people, Zach told me that he's crunched numbers, and he's absolutely convinced that over 300 million of the supply is just straight up diamond hands. Thoughts on OTK? Sorry, no, I got to run now. People are launching Hehe WTF on ETH straight rug. Okay, Thank you, Shake. How do you even know the person? Well, yeah, I'm not gonna. I messaged him. All right, I gotta go. Have a good one, everyone.